Alright, we are now in. So, this is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
My game's frozen.
Game's frozen? That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign, mate.
That's not a optimal sign, yes. Oh, hello.
Yep.
I'm now in.
Okay, so let's see. We got REPOI's got the higher Kremlin. What the hell? Ohio, Kremlin, Des Moines, 2 Moskvas, Stalingrad, Daring, Vampire 2, and Ragnar. CLC's got the Ohio, Kremlin, Des Moines, 3 Moskvas. Oh, wow.
They like the Moskvas.
There's a lot of Moskvas about here. 2 Darings and a Ragnar. Anything could happen here?
Yeah. I'd actually favor the... I don't know, actually. I actually kind of like the Vampire pick on REPOI's side. Vampire is actually proven to be a very strong contender for the a DPM ship on the B cap contest side.
Yeah, you're
we'll
right.
See if the REPOI leverages that advantage or plans to use so. Looks like they're not, actually. Looks like they're using the Vampire to escort the Ragnar. The Ragnar obviously being a DD with stealth radar capability. Being able to radar at 7.5 with a concealment of 7.4.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they're looking to maybe win the C side with only a token force headed towards B. Moskva on the REPOI side is moving towards B, however.
Yes.
So he would be able to radar out the entirety of B cap. So the daring here is not completely without eyes and ears.
It's interesting how they're playing this because it's good to see the Vampire 2 and the Ragnar working together with the Des Moines, followed right behind them, and the Stalingrad is actually keeping a distance with the REPOI makeup, followed by the Kremlin. But it's interesting. Look at the B though. Look at the Daring. You got the Daring, the Moskva, like pushing a little bit, testing to see what they're up against. With CLC using an interesting panzer mover, if you want to put it that way.
Hang on a second. I know this DD player.
Yeah.
You better watch out for him. He either makes a play and gets away with it, or he just explodes. There's no in between. It's probably one of the most gun-ho DD players I've ever seen on the Asia server.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting.
Can't even look out for that guy. What? Look at this smoke strat. That's a hot smoke strat. The Vampire 2 smoking out the Des Moines into the C position.
That's interesting. And I can see that you're making good use of it. Yeah.
That's hot.
That it is.
Although not, Des Moines is currently outside of the smoke.
It is.
Vampire 2 obviously not having a very long smoke lasting duration. I think they caught out the enemy daring though.
Yeah. I just noticed something odd here. Yeah, look at that. The Moskva and the Kremlin at CLC is really flanking so wide over towards A. I'm not sure what their plan is at this stage because they've got the Moskva over a position here in the middle of just above B cap, and they fire up the radar and is just short out of range of that daring. Interesting. Torps are already been fired up from the daring from REPOI towards the daring of the CLC. Torps are coming in close.
Yeah, let's see if the daring has Hydra running. Probably has Hydra running.
Yeah,
he would have Hydra running. It's only the start of the game.
Yep. And he hasn't used injured boost, so that's it.
And there's that classic Alan DD HP trade. It's fine, he says. Just getting my AR boost up. So far, it looks like CLC hasn't really been able to capitalize on any flank right now. They're slowly going to materialize something at A, hopefully, in the next 5 minutes to the next century.
Yes.
They're kind of poking B cap, but REPOI's holding them pretty well with only a daring and a Moskva. Meanwhile, the C side is not going to look too hot for them in a bit. They've already lost the C cap.
Yeah. REPOI's done the right idea by taking the C cap was the way right now, so it's all good so far. And it looks like they're trying to make a move towards over in Bravo, but anything can happen in Bravo at this stage. They're not making a move. But look at A. Nothing is happening at A.
Oh, that's my code been going off.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, no worries. No, take care of it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Boom. Right, yeah. I don't know. I'm not seeing CLC's plan here. It's just that they're taking too long taking A when they have deployed a stronger force on this side. So actually, never mind. I take back what I said. They've committed equal forces, so I guess it does kind of make sense.
Yes, exactly.
Both sides are looking to hold A and not really in too much of a hurry to take it at the moment.
Well,
daring on CL REPOI and the CLC daring is still going at it at B, it seems.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that the Ragnar at the CLC has taken a move and initiative to take over at A. The Moskva is in range though for the REPOI team, which is fair enough. The Haya is at keeping its distance, and it is focusing its big guns towards the Moskva at the middle of Delta 5 at this stage. Interesting. There's a lot of crossfire.
I kind of like REPOI's ability to be more proactive by chiming in onto the B cap fight with more of their assets on these sides here. See how the Vampire 2 is firing on the enemy daring, which is forcing him to be running back a lot further from the cap than he would have probably liked. They are, however, going to be able to take A cap because they have redirected the Ragnar to that side.
Yeah.
But it's they've taken A cap a lot later than REPOI has, and they've had to divert an additional ship to the A side. And look at this, REPOI's already repositioned one of their Ragnars back to B, so they have temporary local fire superiority at B side, which I'm thinking they're going to leverage here in a second, especially thinking how the daring is going to be so low after that last engagement.
Exactly. It looks like at this stage over at Charlie, that the daring on CLC is actually deliberately warping towards the Des Moines and also the Vampire 2, hoping to provoke him to move. Well,
looks like the Ragnar has opened up on the daring, but he's selling straight into the daring torps.
That's interesting.
Potentially 2, maybe 1, at most 1 at the moment. Oh, speed boost! Oh, he's
Ragnar just got hit
on the rear section, down to about 18k now.
Yeah. I mean, like,
it was very unfortunate. Here we see a heated exchange between the Ragnar and the daring. One blaming the other of why there was no Hydra active.
Yep. I actually see something interesting over at A, that the Moskva and the Kremlin are focusing fire their batteries from CLC team to REPOI's Moskva that's hanging back behind the B cap. And it looks like the Daring and the Ragnar are moving to position. And whoa, there's a big Hydro spam right there from the Ragnar on CLC.
Ragnar has been reset and forced out of cap, but I think most of the cap points are still concentrated on the Daring at the moment. Be about 5 more seconds until cap can be taken. Right now, the Ragnar just needs to conserve HP and live because he's in quite a crossfire right now. Ragnar not being a particularly fast ship either. Adorable Taige taking copious amounts of fire from both the Moskva from the A side, Moskva from the B side, and Daring as well as the enemy Ragnar down to 4k HP. Can he live?
That's a good question.
Shells coming in. Oh, 1k left on the
Ragnar. That Ragnar's just holding by a thread, and the Daring here is actually getting smashed at the moment.
Yep. CLC putting up quite they're biting back.
They're biting back
quite fiercely.
Yeah.
Both the REPOI have taken B cap, but at what cost, right? Both the Ragnar is basically combat ineffective until he can heal back up.
Yeah, exactly. And but this is interesting on the other side here. Look at this over the white side over Charlie. The Daring is making a daring move. Look at this. The Kremlin and REPOI is on his own. Oh, ouch!
Daring can't get torps off yet. He needs to make sure this counts, but
Oh, too late, denied! He's got denied!
Pop rushed with a daring, risky plays against Fat Cat in the Kremlin.
Oh, mate, that was absolutely breathtaking. I can't believe the daring almost had a chance. I cannot believe it, but damn. Okay, so what's CLC gonna do here? That's a good question. They've got the Moskva and the Des Moines hanging back. So anything could happen, but look at that Bravo. The heat is on. Big time.
See, I think REPOI has been able to weather the initial onslaught of the A pressure, where CLC put the Moskva and the Kremlin, but it is now firmly in CLC's ball. So the ball's definitely on CLC's side to make a move next. They have to take B cap somehow.
It's actually interesting here to see the Ragnar is using surveillance radar at this point in time over in B, trying to get the feel about where the rest of the team is. And the CLC Ragnar has taken initiative to bolt and run right now while he got the chance. Daring, on the other hand, is just hanging back. Moskva is just focusing fire on Yami Moskva.
I think Moskva's trying to run for the Kremlin again. They're just chucking everything at this Kremlin.
Yes, I see that. Oh, there's the heat is on over here. Can this Moskva pull it off?
Kremlin is reversing. I think he can do a ram, but he has to be careful here. When ramming a ship in reverse, there's a weird mechanic which can sometimes happen.
Oh, they both got taken out.
That's 1-for-1 trade.
Cruiser and a battleship.
That's a very risky move because sometimes the both ships will be running ramming flags, but if you're ramming a ship at reverse, sometimes one ship's damage mitigation kicks in first before the other one.
That is very true.
So that could have been a very poor trade where the Kremlin lives on the sliver of health.
Yes.
Lost the ram.
The one thing that actually got me curious about was, like, remember the one time that, you know, when you ram a ship from the rear and you had both ships had ramming flags? It was so weird that even I rammed it and I survived and the other guy died, and I don't know how that worked, but if you're like a cruiser ramming it, if you're a battleship, but if you're a battleship ramming, say, a cruiser from the rear, definitely the cruiser died, but you survived and you actually lost like 3/4 of your health, which is weird still.
Yes, ramming mechanic only applies the 1-for-1 mechanic if both ships are heading at each other at certain velocities, at full velocities. Basically 30 knots and above is what you need it to be at for it to be guaranteed. If it's anything lower, or if a ship is currently in a reverse trajectory, sometimes it has a weird interaction with those two. So you can actually get it. You can actually survive a ram and get a trade, even if you have lower HP.
Looks like REPOI is really doing a good job focusing fire on that Moskva over in B cap on the CLC. CLC is holding by a thread, trying to hang in there, but REPOI is putting up a great fight. They're in the lead, definitely for sure, in points.
Ooh, daring on 500 HP.
Yeah,
living the dream. 19.5% AR boost.
It's very impressive, I have to say, in this match. A lot of things have gone differently in different angles here. It's actually pretty impressive. And looks like the Ragnar's about to go down, and the Moskva's down, and REPOI has just won the match.
Game, set, and match.
So REPOI takes the lead.
Yep, game 1 to REPOI. Let me just get the replay off of them.
Okay. Yeah, folks, I mean, like, that was a very good match between those guys, and I have to admit, I was very, very surprised about it. But that
very convincing win for REPOI by the looks of it. Although, that being said, it did look kind of close during the mid-game when the Daring and the Ragnar was making the push to take B cap. They paid heavily for the B cap, the privilege of taking B cap from CLC.
Yeah, I just
But
noticed
it did pay
that
off. It did pay off.
they did
But
pay off.
could have gone a
indeed.
lot differently if either the Ragnar or the Daring was taken out. I think.
Exactly. It looks like they're changing the map and also changing the way the layout is going to be. So we'll quickly update while we got the chance right now. So just hang tight, folks. We'll quickly update this on the fly. So REPOI is in the lead at this stage, and we have Arms of Ice is actually the next battle.
Islands of Ice, huh?
Yeah,
I haven't
Arms
seen
of
that
Ice.
map as well. Well, I think we've seen it once today, but we'll
Yeah.
see what REPOI does. We'll see what REPOI does.
So Arms of Ice is actually a very interesting tactical battlefield. We have like the C cap is actually really used with a lot of arms on the side, as you noticed, and basically in the B is a bit vulnerable with 3 arms in the middle. The 4th one is actually just pretty much left to the left of it, but A is actually pretty much a defensive movement there, so anything could happen in that frontier. You got the replay handy, by the way?
No,
No.
they haven't. It's in uploaded lower bracket, right? They're supposed to
right.
put their game in there because REPOI is in the lower bracket at the moment. RO8 isn't happening yet. NCF. No, I don't see it. Yeah.
I'll just quickly do the giveaways while I get the chance. But those people just won. Please message me straight away, please. Thank you. And the next one will begin right away.
Yeah, I'm gonna start update my thing as well. There we go.
Alright, folks. We're going to be right back, screen. We will be with you in a second.